shattered, but I'm not broken, wounded, but time will heal. Heavy the load, the cross I bear, lonely the road I trod, I dare, shaken, but here I stand, struggling, I make my way through. Dark are the nights, the tears I cry, long are the days, no sun in the sky, yet still I rise, never to give up, oh, never to give in against all odds, yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise. Sometimes I'm troubled, but not in despair. Struggling, I make my way through. Trials, they come to make me strong. I must endure, I must hold on, yet still I rise, never to give up, oh, never to give in against all odds, yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise above all my problems, above all my eyes can see, knowing God is able to strengthen me, to strengthen me, yet still I rise, never to give up, oh, never to give in against all odds, yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still at times I feel low, yet still at times I feel low, yet still I rise. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Kelly Vaughn, and I'm with WTLC Radio 106.7 and WHMB TV 40. And will we be hearing from the Broad Ripple High School Choir? Oh, okay, that was the choir, okay. Well, it was quite a performance, and how about another round of applause for her? Absolutely awesome. In fact, I begin to question and say, they didn't tell me Jennifer Hudson was going to be here this evening. I was like, am I at the American Idol program or what? Welcome to the 2013 Torchbearer Awards, Indiana's salute to women. We have all come here today to celebrate the accomplishments of many great women. They are women who have led the way to making Indiana a better place to live, work, and raise our families. They have shown resilience and strength and demonstrated character and accomplishment. Today we honor women who have faced immense obstacles, fought great battles, and stood alone as they forged a path for other women to follow in their footsteps. This afternoon we honor women for their passion, their convictions, and their unwavering belief that one woman can make a difference. They all have inspirational stories to tell, and they have set the standard even higher as role models for our communities, for our state, and for our nation. Now, let me take some time to introduce our 2013 Torchbearer recipients. I'm going to put my reading glasses on here. Mary Artry, Sister Jean Hagelskamp, Anne Hathaway, Deborah Hearn Smith, Mary Roberta Hyman, Lynn Isbell, Chanel Poole, and Kathy Reeling. And those who are not able to be with us today are Nancy King, Bobby Magley, and Virginia O'Connor. I'm proud to be a part of this year's Torchbearer ceremony. This event is part of ongoing efforts by the Indiana Commission for Women to promote and recognize the contributions that women make to their communities, to the state of Indiana, and to this nation. By celebrating women's contributions and successes, ICW is working to move Indiana women forward. These awards are the state of Indiana's most prestigious recognition of women. Those who earn the honor to be called torchbearers are women who have stepped forward to carry the light for others. These women join 151 other torchbearers. Some of them have joined us today. Others are out doing their good work. And a few are now part of Indiana history. We never want to forget the contributions that each woman has made to the state of Indiana. For those of us who come after these great women, we stand on their shoulders. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I am honored to welcome to the stage Indiana's 50th Lieutenant Governor, the third woman to hold that office, and the second to be elected by the citizens of our state, Lieutenant Governor Sue Ellspermann.
Thank you, Kelly, so much for that kind introduction, and thank you all for having me here today. It is a special honor, a great honor, to be part of the celebration of these 8 women here and 11 in total. It is wonderful to know of the work of the Indiana Commission for Women. Thank you for creating these great awards, because it's not often enough that we recognize the women who really make things happen all throughout Indiana, and so today's very important. These awards are particularly important to me because I believe women have just what our businesses, our communities, our state, and especially what our country needs. We're very good at juggling just about everything. We have great work ethic, strong intellect, servant leadership, and collaborative problem solving. And don't you think that takes care of a lot of the problems we have out there? These women know all about that. I believe women's ideas, perspectives, and leadership can really bring about the missing links to building strong families, effectively educating our young people and our workforce, growing strong businesses, helping those in need, and strengthening our communities. Some in here may know that it was actually my predecessor, Lieutenant Governor Becky Skillman, and my challenger in the last election, Senator Vi Simpson, who are responsible for this Indiana Commission for Women. As you can see, there could not have been two better examples of women leaders in setting forth this Torchbearer experience. Most women have a story to tell. For me, it was breaking the glass ceiling of my time because, you know, back in the 1970s, and yes, to the young people over there, that was a long time ago. Back in the 70s, women were either teachers or nurses. So when I told my high school student, my guidance counselor, that I wanted to be an engineer, you would have thought I grew a second head. Now, knowing that guidance counselor, I thought that was actually a good sign because I was on to something there. But as a female engineer, I was accustomed to being the only woman around that table. And I saw my share of injustice on how women were treated. Though I'm quite comfortable, and I'm sure the women in front of me are quite comfortable with shattering those glass ceilings, we just shouldn't have to. Thus, it is so important that we raise up women like those we will honor today, and that we all of us in this room, act as mentors for those who will come after us, because I also have another hidden agenda. I'm the mother of 4 daughters, 2 daughters and 2 stepdaughters, all young adult women right now. And for their sake and all of those women to come, we must ensure women are encouraged to succeed in, have a chance to succeed, and when they do, are recognized for their success in all areas of life, their career, the community, church, and family. The women we will honor today are so very deserving. I've read their bios and know several of those in the house. They are really quite impressive women, and certainly would affirm fully their nominations. So thank you, Indiana Commission for Women, for your efforts to ensure all women have that full range of opportunities in Indiana and are recognized accordingly. And congratulations, Torchbearers, for your great achievements and your service to our state and your own communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Ellspermann. And thank you again for coming. And did I mention that I'm a graduate of Broad Ripple High School? Go Rockets! Go Rockets. Once a rocket, always a rocket, right? Am I right? Okay. They know. At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage Betsy Corridon, who is chair of the Indiana Commission for Women and executive director of Kappa Alpha Theta Fraternity.
Thank you, Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our awards ceremony this afternoon. The Indiana Commission for Women is working to move Indiana women forward. We're working to remove barriers to women's full participation by increasing awareness of the status of Indiana women and by recognizing and promoting the contributions that Hoosier women make. Thank you to Patsetta Trice, who has provided leadership as chairman of this event for the past 3 years. And of course, thank you to the staff of the Indiana Civil Rights Commission and the Commission for Women for their successful execution of this program. I would especially like to thank the Governor, Lieutenant Governor, and all the senators and representatives of the Indiana General Assembly who entrust us with the responsibility of representing the women of Indiana to state government. It is an honor to serve the state of Indiana in this capacity. One of our goals today is to impress upon each one of you that one woman can make a difference. We guarantee that after you hear the stories of these women and their accomplishments, you will appreciate their contributions, identify with their stories, and you will leave inspired. Thank you very much.
Chapter 2 here. Well, let's get started with this year's 2013 Torchbearers Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Corey McComber, member of the ICW Board of Commissioners, to make our very first presentation this evening. Corey?
To get things started this afternoon, we'd like to give out one of our special awards. Let me stress that all of the women here today are very special, but this year the Council of Judges has chosen an individual who has gone above and beyond the definition of a torchbearer and to whom the Council wishes to give special recognition. This year, the first award we present is the Young Woman of Promise. This award is given to a young woman for her outstanding contributions and leadership potential. I think the words leadership potential are probably an understatement in this circumstance, as it's clear there's already leadership at work in this individual. She's accomplished so much and overcome so much at such a young age that we know she will continue to inspire those who follow her and for those who might just be a tad bit older than she is. Chanel Poole had a very difficult childhood. Come on up. Come on. Let me tell you a little bit about this amazing woman before I let her have an opportunity to share her story with you today. Chanel had a very difficult childhood that left her confused, angry, and living in her car at the age of 18. Through her strength of character and perseverance, she got on her feet, obtained her GED, and became a full-time student at Indiana State University. Despite not having any formal education since the age of 14, she earned her bachelor's degree. And while a sophomore in college, Chanel used what little money she had to establish GLAM, which means Guidance, Life Skills, and Mentoring, a program for at-risk girls between the ages of 9 and 18. As one of her nominators stated, Chanel's personal story of triumph is inspiring to all of us, but especially to the women of tomorrow who share her past. And I think that when you meet her, you will understand why her infectious passion sets a standard for giving back that very few can achieve. It's my honor, on behalf of the state of Indiana and the Indiana Commission for Women, to present Chanel Poole a special Torchbearer Award, signifying that you are a young woman of promise. Congratulations.
I would first like to just give honor to God for blessing me with this recognition. I want to thank the Governor's Office, Lieutenant Governor, the Indiana Commission for Women for honoring and recognizing women in service. I want to thank my mother for raising me and being a phenomenal woman in my life. I want to thank my nominators, Elizabeth Boulay, Angela Espada, Helen Chambers, my board of directors for supporting me in the GLAM agency, to all of you women and young men that are here today, and especially to my young women that I serve. I will forever be dedicated and committed to serving you all, being a leader and a role model. And I just want to thank the state of Indiana for allowing me to call this place home. Thank you. And my grandmother would really hurt me if I did not thank her. Thank you, grandmother.
All right. right, congratulations again, Chanel. And by the way, I really like those shoes. You can just leave them right there in the back of, by the coat rack for me. Ladies and gentlemen, to present our second award, please welcome Representative Cindy Kirchhofer, member of the Indiana House of Representatives and member of the ICW Board of Commissioners. Cindy?
Good evening. Our next recipient definitely sets an example for other women, especially in the military. Mary Ortry's 22 years in the U.S. Army and as a civilian has brought recognition for her exemplary service. Serving during the Vietnam and Desert Storm eras, she retired at the highest enlisted rank of Sergeant Major. For many years, she has served the American Legion Women's Post 438, and through her dedication and sense of duty, she has ministered to women veterans. When you ask a woman if she is a veteran, chances are she will say no. Women in the military who have served in supporting roles for their male counterparts have also suffered physically and psychologically. But they believe that their service and sacrifices were less than men's. But Mary doesn't believe that. She knows they deserve all the benefits their military service affords. Mary has always turned challenging situations into positive experiences to help people grow both personally and professionally. Her ability to recognize the brighter side of difficult situations has pulled many through trying times. Please help me honor Mary Ortry as a 2013 Torchbearer recipient.
Wow. This was sort of a surprise, a different twist with the military. I'd just like to say good afternoon, first of all, to everyone. I'd just like to thank the Governor Mike Pence, and Lieutenant Governor Sue Ellspermann. And I would also like to thank the person who nominated me, Mr. Tom Applegate. I believe he's here. But more than all, I would like to give all honors to our Lord. Thank you very much to my supporters out there. Without people on your team, you wouldn't be able to do as much as you would like to do. And I'd just like to publicly thank, first of all, my husband, James, he's somewhere out there, my team members from my organization, Carrie Harris, Celia Morissette, Gloria Hill, and friends as well. I don't really want to start naming everybody because surely I'll miss someone. But thank you. And I just thank God for helping me to be part of the military, to be in the military for over 22 years. And during that time, I have mentored young soldiers, and sometimes even now, and this has been a while since I retired, even now I still find myself talking to the young military women, and not just women, but male soldiers as well. And I enjoyed that. Whenever people are recognized for their accomplishments, they have to remind themselves and others too that they didn't get there alone. There were others who, with them, helped them to get there. If they think that they did, they have missed the whole point. We're all here to support each other, not just as women, but everyone. And that's what I look forward to. I've always had a passion for helping people. I've always had a passion for the homeless, the hungry, I remember one night, late at night, I was watching TV and I saw the World Vision program. And later on, I saw the Feed the Children program. And as I sat there and I thought to myself, I don't want to be just someone who's witnessing all of this. I want to be able to take action and do something about it. So I immediately got on the phone and called and said, I would like to become a lifelong partner with you. And this has been ever since 1982, and today I'm still a partner with them. And I plan to be even after today. In 1994, a friend of mine, Claudia Gilliard, who passed away last year, sadly to say, started the Women in Networking organization. It's an affiliate of the National Association for Female Executives. Women in Networking provides clothing, food, and sometimes financial support to victims of storms and hurricanes. For example, during the Henryville storm, we provided support through them through the Red Cross. So we do a lot of volunteering in the community with WFYI, with the Julian Center, with HVAF, Hoosier Foundation Assistance Program for veterans. Whenever I see children, women, and veterans who are homeless, that's just cut to the core of my heart. And that's why I try to do as much as I can to help them. That's just part of me. That's part of my upbringing. That's part of my military service. That's part of my community service. And I just encourage each and every one of you, if you have not been involved with organizations such as the National Association for Female Executives and Women in Networking, please join us. And together we can do a lot. Thank you very much.
All right, Mary, thanks so much. And for your service, congratulations. We appreciate all that you do, and we should be doing the same things. You are an inspiration, that's for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, to present our next award, please welcome Erin Smith, a board member of the Indiana Commission for Women. Hi, Erin. And I like your jacket. I told you that coming down, didn't I? I tapped on the shoulder and said, nice jacket. I didn't know I was getting a fashion show all in one this evening.
Well, thank you very much. It is with great honor that I get to introduce the next recipient. She's a woman who's devoted her entire career and adult life to improving our state and our country. She's a champion of women's causes and an advocate for women in office or those who are seeking office. She is a role model, especially for those participating in the political process, which is often still considered a man's world, although we're making progress. Anne Hathaway is one of the top female political strategists in the country. She has served in the Bush-Quayle White House, served as Chief of Staff of the Republican National Committee, and was asked to serve as Program Director on the 2012 Republican National Convention in Tampa, Florida, by Florida Governor Mitt Romney. Beyond all of Anne's significant accomplishments, perhaps the greatest ones are those that go largely unnoticed. From the moment Anne began her career, she has made it a top priority to teach, mentor, and promote women in politics. And one thing that Anne didn't know until I caught her before tonight's event is she's actually one of my mentors. Back about 3 or 4 years ago, she was invited to this little tiny place in Whiteland, Indiana, and she kind of shared with us some of the stories that you don't really get to know until you're just sitting down and talking, girlfriend to girlfriend about what in the world happens in the White House. Some really interesting stories, might I add. But that day, Ann shared a piece of her with several other women, and we thank her for that. And gave me kind of the inspiration to continue on and to keep involved in local politics in my own community. So excited to know that one of my mentors is in the crowd. With all of this to be said, she's empowered many women and men to make a stand, make a difference, and also have a voice. Please help me in honoring Anne Hathaway as a 2013 Torchbearer Award recipient.
Thank you all so much. As I read the bios and got to meet the other award winners today, and I promised I wouldn't cry. I was so humbled to be a part of this group, and I'm very grateful for the award. But really, truly, it's not me who deserves to be here. It's the women who broke the glass ceiling for me and for all of us along the way. I am fortunate enough and lucky enough to be the executive director of the Richard G. Lugar Excellence in Public Service Series. And it's really, truly Richard G. Lugar, Judy Singleton, Teresa Lebers, the founders of the series, the 402 alumni, including our Lieutenant Governor, our Board of Governors, and those that should be on the stage being represented today. They've led the way, and they've made it possible for me to be here. And what I do is truly a labor of love. But it wouldn't be possible for me to do that and to do all the other things that I do without my team at Hathaway Strategies. I want to thank Tim, Ashley, Chris, Wendy, and Grace for always being there and providing me the opportunity to be a rock star. And most of all, I'd like to thank my parents who taught me the word no and that I didn't need to pay any attention. Thank you very, very much.
Again, congratulations, Anne, to you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to present our next award, we'd like to welcome, she's a dear friend of mine, Patsetta Trice, who is second vice president of the ICW Board of Commissioners and chair of the 2013 Torchbearer Awards. Patsetta?
Thank you, Kelly. I am actually very humbled to have the honor and privilege of presenting to our next awardee, who I consider a dear friend, someone that I've looked up to for many years. I've served in organizations with her, and I secretly emulate many of the positive behaviors that I see in her. Deborah Hearn Smith has made a positive impact on the lives of nearly 1 million girls. And the organization she leads today is the same organization that helped shape her as a leader. Now, as CEO of the Girl Scouts Council of Indiana, Deborah has been a part of the Girl Scouts since she was the age of 5. And that's been only 6 years ago. When she became a Brownie and continued through the age of 17, she earned the Curved Bar, which is now considered, or now known as, the Girl Scout Gold Award, the highest award in Girl Scouting. Committed to overcoming barriers for the girls face, she has dedicated her life to encouraging them to become leaders with courage, confidence, and character. Deborah has helped close the gender gap and has ensured the generations of women to enter Hoosier workforce well-educated, civically engaged, and philanthropically focused. Her passion stems from the belief that girls, all girls, should be given the opportunity to participate in Girl Scouts, regardless of their circumstances. Through her leadership, Deborah not only recognizes the needs of today's girls, but anticipates the needs of tomorrow's. Please help me welcome and honor Deborah Hearn Smith.
Good afternoon. Years and years ago, when I was a little Girl Scout, my theme song played in my head that if I can help somebody as I travel on, if I can help somebody, then my living will not be in vain. And I truly believe that. If I have done anything in this world of any value to anyone, it is the price I've paid gratefully for my time here on earth. I love girls, I love children, and what I love about them is that spirit. When I meet little girls who are brownies and daisies, that's our youngest age, there's a spirit in their eyes. There's a glint in their walk. There's something about those girls that we haven't yet dampened, and I don't want us to. So my fight is to make sure that the spirit of those girls is never dampened, that their potential is totally fulfilled, and that they know we, the adults in this room and beyond, cherish and honor them. And that's what Girl Scouting is about. It's what hopefully my life has been about. Everything I belong to, everything I've been a part of, has been a part of uplifting women and girls, about looking at community and knowing the strong, vibrant, healthy communities, cities, states, neighborhoods, blocks always have a woman there. I've transitioned from being that little girl on the block to being the old lady that sits on the corner and watches the kids. But that's okay. The kids on my block know they have a friend in me, and all girls know that. I thank you for this award and this honor. I am pleased to be a member of the state of Indiana. I have been born and raised here, so I'm one of those real Hoosiers, and I will continue as long as there's breath to champion the cause of girls until we have equal status, equal opportunity, and no girl sees the light go out of her eye. Thank you. Would all the Girl Scouts here stand up? It takes a team of us, and we're here. Thank you. And husband.
Thank you, Deborah, and again, congratulations, and let's cut to the chase. Did you all bring some cookies? Let's talk about the important stuff this evening, okay? No, actually, I wanted to ask any of the Girl Scout leaders, do you remember a Minnie Pearl Sherrill at all? Back in the 70s. She was actually my scout leader. Do you remember her? And she was a great inspiration for me. That's how I got into broadcasting, because she used to take pictures all the time. And she'd have tons of pictures by her fireplace. And I used to look at pictures and go, that one moment in time that you capture that. So that led into photography in high school, by the way, at Broad Ripple, Riparian newspaper, right? Woohoo! And then from that into photojournalism and then broadcast journalism. So you never know. A lot of times you don't have to do something specifically to help young girls. Just set an example, and they will oftentimes follow. So we commend you all for what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, to present our next award, please welcome Christine Altman, Hamilton County Commissioner and newest member of the ICW Board of Commissioners. Christine?
Good afternoon. I have the distinct honor of presenting our next special award. And please remember that the women who are honored with special awards are also torchbearers. And this year, the Council of Judges has chosen our next recipient as the Heart of Indiana. It is awarded to a woman who has opened her heart and mind to the needs of humanity and has demonstrated her commitment to philanthropic service, social change, and the spirit of hope. Nancy King cares passionately about the South Bend community, and particularly people in poverty, single mothers, and victims of domestic violence. She is a founding member of the St. Joseph County Bridges Out of Poverty, providing leadership to that organization since it was established in 2008. Bridges takes the stance that to break the cycle of poverty and to create community sustainability, we must seek solutions that shift from managing poverty to eliminating it. As one of her mentees put it, Nancy inspires me with her vision and her leadership. She is such a champion of bridges. But no matter how much she has on her plate, she comes to our meetings, she takes time with the graduates, she listens to our concerns, and more importantly, she finds solutions. Nancy's wise counsel and selfless commitment to women and those who are at the margins of society have contributed to more equitable and humane organizational and community policies throughout St. Joseph County. It is my honor on behalf of the state of Indiana and the Indiana Commission for Women to present Nancy King a special Torchbearer Award. Unfortunately, weather has kept Nancy away, and I'm pleased to present the award to her friend, Dr. Virginia Calvin, who I've asked to repeat what she told me before.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Virginia Calvin and a great friend and champion for Nancy King. When I was superintendent of schools in South Bend, she was my chairperson. We held an 11-day strike. So I want you to know that what you have heard about her today was only a pinch of service she has given to people individually as well as groups. I have no idea what Nancy would have said, but I bet she would have concluded saying, "It has been my joy to serve Hoosiers in the state of Indiana." Thank you.
And Dr. Calvin has told me she will get this to our Heart of Indiana.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Calvin. We appreciate that so much. To present our next award, please welcome to the stage Representative Gail Riken, Indiana House of Representatives and member of the ICW Board of Commissioners.
Well, thank you. Hi, Roberta. Wait a minute. Did you say Heart of Indiana? The award given to a woman who has opened her heart and mind to the needs of humanity. The award given to a woman who has demonstrated her commitment to philanthropic service, social change, and spirit of hope. Well, this year, the Council of Judges has done something they've never done before. They have chosen 2 people as the Heart of Indiana. And I can't think of 2 more deserving people. Nancy, who is working in our most northern city, and our next Heart of Indiana doing her part in our most southern city, Evansville. Virginia O'Connor is a humble, unassuming person who has changed the lives of thousands of families in southern Indiana. She uses her knowledge of healthcare and the community to leverage partnerships and fill significant gaps for most of the vulnerable people in our society. In 1971, she helped start the St. Mary's Dental Initiative, which served nearly 4,000 children this last year alone. This life-changing service is the only means of dental hygiene for many young recipients. One 5th grade girl was transformed over just one weekend when her mouth, full of dark, fragmented bones, became a bright new smile. Her teacher wrote, "This shy girl with poor grades became socially integrated with significantly improved test scores." Jenny has won many awards, but of all of them, the one she holds most dear is her invitation to speak at former President Bill Clinton's library opening. She was asked to present the Evansville-Vanderburgh School Corporation's cutting-edge initiatives to improve the health of children in our area. It is my honor and on behalf of the state of Indiana and the Indiana Commission for Women to present Virginia O'Connor a special Torchbearer Award signifying that she is a Heart of Indiana. And I hate to say this, but Jenny could not be with us today because she's doing what she does best, and that is opening her heart and supporting her family. And accepting the award on her behalf is Tom Lilly. Tom, if you'll come up, from St. Mary's Medical Foundation. Welcome, Tom.
Jenny told me exactly what to say and say nothing else. So she'd be very humbled by this. It's an honor to be recognized for one's life's work, but be mindful that nothing that we've achieved is done alone, but always with the support of and help from others working with us to achieve our common goals. It has been my good fortune to have strong women to teach and to encourage me, from my mother to the many daughters of charity who were wonderful role models to me over the years. While chronic health problems will always exist, it has long been my view that one must at least do something to stem the many issues faced by those who are most vulnerable in our society. Doing nothing is never an option. Thank you for valuing all of our work here today in an effort to improve the lives of the families in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Representative Regan. You didn't know when you got here tonight I was going to change your name, did you? That happens when I show up. You come in one way, you leave another. To present our next award, please welcome, let me put my glasses on, that might help. Senator Vanita Becker, Indiana Senate and member of the ICW Board of Commissioners.
Good afternoon. It's great to be with you, and I also want to pass along my congratulations by way of Tom Lilly to Jenny O'Connor. She's a very deserving award recipient, and I just want to say thank you, Jenny, for all your hard work in our community. Our next recipient understands that some of the worst inequalities are suffered by those the public rarely sees. As a journalist, Roberta Hyman tackled tough issues affecting Indiana's women and families. Much of her reporting focused on the indivisible or overlooked: child abuse victims, the old or disabled in nursing homes, victims of chronic mental or physical illness, low-income workers, troubled juveniles, as well as the incarcerated. Few reporters have had the impact on their communities like she has. Vanderburgh County's sitting juvenile judge credits some of the improvements he made to her articles on the juvenile justice system. Roberta's series on the community's high infant mortality rate prompted an Evansville hospital CEO to establish a center for low-income pregnant women. And in her retirement, and Roberta will never really retire, Roberta continues to make her community a better place to live, work, and raise a family by leading the Evansville Trails Coalition to gain support for walking and biking trails. She's also a very active member of the League of Women Voters and so many other community events I just can't name. Please help me in honoring Roberta Hyman, who I also consider a very good friend, as the 2013 Torchbearer recipient.
I really don't know what I'm doing standing up here because I'm awed by what these women have done. It's truly awesome. A couple of years ago, the League of Women Voters in my hometown circulated a petition for consolidation of city and county government. And it didn't make everybody happy. So this one opponent of it stood up at a public meeting and called us a bunch of old busybodies. I go, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's what women have had to do to get things done. So from one old busybody to another, I'm so proud of you women, and I thank you. I thank Phil and Mary for nominating me for this, and my husband Paul for putting up with me. So just thank you so much. I feel so fortunate to be from Evansville, Indiana, and be represented in the state legislature by Vanita Becker and Gail Reekin, and to have Sue Ellspermann as our lieutenant governor now. Wow, that's a lot of female leadership, you know it? And so they deserve applause too, you know?
Okay. Again, Roberta, congratulations. And we continue our program this evening honoring those special women. And I want to give a special thanks. I don't know if she's still here. Denise Hurd? Is she still here? She loaned me her glasses. And so I want to lift her up for that. We appreciate that so much. To present our next award, please welcome Cindy Felston, who is Secretary of the Indiana Commission for Women Board of Commissioners. Cindy?
Take an ambitious dream and couple that for a talent for dance and choreography, and what you get is our next recipient. Lynn Isbell shares her love of dance with disadvantaged children in Michigan City through Soul Steppers, a dance drill team. One of the most unique aspects of Lynn's work is to accept those who don't fit into traditional clubs. When many of the children she works with come to her, it is their last chance. Lynn finds a way to keep children who do not learn in traditional ways connected with positive activities and by identifying their talents so that she can nurture them. Soul Steppers has performed at events throughout Michigan City, and through Lynn's tenacity, they appeared at the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York, and were invited to perform at President Obama's inaugural parade in both 2009 and 2013. Through it all, Lynn remains committed to her local community, using the Soul Steppers to inspire disadvantaged children to dream big dreams, work hard, and persevere in their ambitions. Please help me in honoring Lynn Isbell, our next 2013 Torchbearer Award recipient.
Wow. Good afternoon, everybody. I am honored to be standing here today and so totally surprised. I really am. I want to first thank God for being ahead of my life, because without Him, none of this would be possible. I want to thank the Indiana Commission of Women for selecting me for this phenomenal award. And I also want to thank the Michigan City Commission of Women for nominating me. The Soul Steppers it was started in December of 2000, and my goal was to keep kids off the streets, away from gangs, in jail, keep them out of jail, and put them in a positive activity. As was stated, some of the kids, the Soul Steppers is the last line for them. And I figure if the schools kick them out for things, and every other organization does it, and then if I do it, where are they going to go? So I welcome them in. My goal is to teach one, to reach one and to teach one. If I can reach them, I can teach them. If I can show them, then I can grow them. I would like to apply my favorite scripture to my life and to the Soul Steppers. And that is Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. And it's, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. So I give thanks to God. And I want to thank you all again for this award.
All right, congratulations, Lynn, and continuing to let her light shine. It certainly is shining this evening. And something about dancing, I don't know, it just changes people's lives. We do ballroom dancing locally, some of the media people, and it's something magical happens when you do that. You just get to moving and dancing. It's just a wonderful experience. Ladies and gentlemen, to present our next award, please welcome Virginia Calvin, first Vice Chair of ICW's Board of Commissioners and Chair of the 2013 Torchbearer Awards Council of Judges. Virginia?
I would like for the MC to know that I brought my glasses. I didn't go to Broadway, but I have glasses too. For over 20 years, Bobby Magley has run Heroes Camp in South Bend by providing recreational activities, mentoring, nurturing, academics, and counseling services to inner city youth. And every individual and every family happens to be serviced at no charge. She hosts workshops for single mothers who may have no other support systems in their lives, and help them with job placement, resume building, and interviewing support. However, the achievements of founding and establishing Heroes Camps come with a high sacrifice. Starting in their home, Bobby also works a full-time position as a fundraiser for United Way. She juggles being a wife, mother, and employee. And in the evening, after all of this, she devotes her life to youth. With absolutely no funding or resources, Bobby finds a way to feed, clothe, and provide hundreds of families every week for her measly, small checking account. Bobby Magley wishes that she could be here today. Unfortunately, she's unable to join us. But accepting the award on her behalf is her daughter, Kelly Perry. Come on up, Miss Kelly.
Thank you, Dr. Calvin, for all of your hard work for our county and our city.
Thank you.
My mother is doing what she does best. She's in the backwoods of Macon, Georgia, where she's from, caring from her critically ill mother. And when she received notice of this award, she called me in tears and said, "How could I decide between an award or my mother? It's a no-brainer." She's receiving this award because of her mother, my grandmother. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for the Indiana Commission of Women, Kristen, Garvey, all of the hard workers and the board. I'm pleased to be here. My mom, BJ, as she's called, is thrilled and honored to be selected and presented with the Indiana Torchbearers Award. She'd like to thank the nomination committee, the ICW, and the ICRC for presenting her with this prestigious award. Thank you so much for our program coordinator, Gary McCallum, for coming and supporting, Monica Metzler, one of our long-term volunteers and supporters. Heroes Camp is not the full scope of my mother's work, but it is definitely where her heart lies the most. It did start with very humble and meager beginnings with her checking account while she was serving at United Way, but later on she was called full-time into the ministry. Her and my father, for over 25 years, have laid down their lives, opened up our home, opened up our cars, opened up our family to boys growing up without any fathers in their home, completely abandoned, neglected, overlooked, but highly talented, highly creative, and highly called. I'm honored to fill her footsteps. Thank you for having me.
You're beautiful, honey. God bless you.
Thank you again, Kelly, and congratulations again to Bobby. Like mother, like daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, to present our next award, please welcome Amy McQueen, who is member of the ICW Board of Commissioners. Amy?
Oh, I hope I can read this through my tears. I think all of these women are so amazing, and really enjoyed listening to the stories. Our next recipient has raised 2 children, managed and run a small farm, and started, grown, led, reinvented, and sustained a successful company in a male-dominated industry. Kathy Reeling started the Crew Corporation, an electrical contracting company, when her son was 4 and her daughter was only 1. Despite being told by everyone that she could not be an entrepreneur and a mother of young children at the same time. But Kathy strongly believes that not only do women make great electricians, but more women should consider the good wages and great benefits skilled trades offer. Kathy is respected in the electrical trade and is using her influence to push for female-friendly treatment and training of apprentices. And at her company, she provides a work environment which makes it easier for women who bear the bulk or total responsibility for raising their children to hold down well-paying jobs. And Kathy pays it forward by providing community service opportunities to her employees, such as the recent Habitat for Humanity Women's Build House. Please help me in honoring Kathy Reeling as a 2013 Torchbearer Award recipient.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the Indiana Women's Commission, not just for the award, but also I love the mission of moving women forward. One of my personal mantras is keep moving forward, so I can really relate. And Mary, you said it very well when you said one woman can make a difference, but we rarely do it alone. And I have had a wonderful business partner for 21 years. His name is Jerry Adkins, and I certainly could not have done anything without Jerry. I've always been the people person, and he's always been the money man, and that's worked well for us. I have had the wonderful support of my best friend and our corporate chaplain, A.J. Mildenberg, and thank you so much, A.J. And I'm very proud of the company that we have built, but I'm even more proud of the people who work in that company. And many of them are here tonight. The boys even put on suits. I am so honored to have them here with us. And as they said, I am very passionate about getting more women in the skilled trades. Not very many women think about being electricians, but we're great electricians. Our fine motor skills are oftentimes better than men's. We're more cautious, tend to be safer workers. Without that little bravado that some of the men have. And so, yes, we wear our pants up at our waist. And it is, the union trades, the skilled trades they pay well. They have great benefit programs. For single mothers who are trying to make it in this world, being an electrician is a great job. And so, any of you, if you ever consider becoming an electrician, come talk to me. I will help you make that happen in your lives. So, women can do it all. We can do anything. Remember that.
Shattered, but I'm not broken, wounded, but time will heal. the load, the cross I bear. Lonely the road I trod, I dare, shaken, but here I stand, struggling. I make my way through. Dark are the nights, the tears I cry. Long are the days, no sun in the sky. Yet still I rise, never to give up, oh, never to give in against all odds. Yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still